back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got Teen Killer doesn't realize he's being recorded. Let's check this out. Alright.
This is 19-year-old Hollis Daniels.
19.
He just got arrested and has somehow managed to sneak a gun into jail.
What the fuck? So y'all didn't pat this nigga down?
Pretty old.
And this is where all hell
There's no
breaks
way.
loose. The moment this happens, the entire police station goes into lockdown as officers scramble to make sense of the situation. They have no idea
How the
who
fuck
did
did
this.
he sneak
and
one
how
in, bro?
something like this can even
Because you gotta pat that nigga down or like take him to the metal detector or something, bro. There's no way you're just gonna casually allow this nigga to take a gun in there. Like, bro.
happen. Hollis, on the other hand, was by this time long gone and thought he was going to get away with it. But little did he know his heinous crime was being recorded every step of the way by hidden
Dumbass
cameras.
nigga.
Now the chase was on
He is
to
goofy.
catch this cold-blooded teen killer.
At 19, bro. That's when you should be starting to get your life together.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew I'm going to jail for the rest of my life.
At around 1 a.m. on the 8th of October, Hollis Daniels got into an argument with his friends. Allegedly, Hollis had stolen his friend Leo's gun and at one point even threatened him with it. As Hollis left the house that evening, Leo called the police telling them exactly what happened, and Hollis was pulled over at around 1:30 a.m. Had the traffic stop you're about to see ended even slightly differently, Officer Floyd East Jr. might still be alive to this day.
Hey, what's going on, man?
He died, no.
Police department. Where were you coming from? We got a call about you causing a
R.I.P.
disturbance.
to him, man.
Yeah, over at your friend's house. What's your friend's name? Leo. Leo? Okay, why is Leo calling us, telling us you're messing with him?
I have no idea, sir. Because I guess he didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. You have any guns or any weapons in the vehicle? Any drugs or anything like that? Step out here and talk to me, man, okay?
Okay. Is that necessary, sir?
Yeah, it is necessary, okay? Just come stand over here for me, okay?
After stepping out, Hollis tells the officers that he did get into an argument with his friends, even getting thrown onto the floor at one point.
Damn.
However, he's adamant that he didn't steal anything from them,
Cap.
especially not a gun. The cops, though, aren't so sure, and want to search his vehicle to prove him wrong.
So y'all gonna search his vehicle but not pat him down?
On your person? Yes, sir.
That's
No,
crazy.
I pat him down. Yeah, I pat him
Do you
down.
care if we search your vehicle?
What'd he say?
On your person? Yes, sir.
No, I pat him down. Yeah, I pat
You
him.
did not pat that nigga down. No, sir. No, sir. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why cops don't be checking the shoes or anything, bro, for weapons. I know they do that shit in jail, but like, bruh, you gotta check that nigga's shoes or something.
Do you care if we search your vehicle?
That should be I ain't gonna lie, that should be the first place you should check.
You want
Honestly.
to search your vehicle?
Yeah, but not because I don't have a gun. I just don't. I don't know what's up to that. It's not necessary. I'm on my own.
No, it is necessary because right now you're involved in an investigation. That's why I'm asking if you have a gun in your car.
No.
I cannot search your vehicle for a gun.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then hang on to him. I'm gonna go there and see what's going on that side, and I'll be back over here. So, might as well just put him in the back of the vehicle.
Okay. All right.
Till we figure out what's going on.
Okay.
As Hollis didn't give consent to search, the officers never ended up looking inside his vehicle. It could have been argued they had probable cause, but in this situation, the officers must have thought it was a gray area and let it slide. Sources say that it's very likely Hollis did indeed have the gun with him in the car, and that a search would have likely recovered the weapon and saved Officer Floyd's life. But instead, Hollis was given a friendly send-off and allowed to return back home.
That's
Damn, he said
crazy.
I tried to kill him? Or he said that I said that?
Yeah, that's what he told the other officer. You carry on with your night, man. Get home safe, buddy.
I thought he had the gun on
The
him, so it
very
was in
next
his
evening,
car.
a call came in from a student saying that they'd heard a gunshot and saw another student holding a gun. The cops, of course, took this extremely seriously, as they were worried that he might harm himself or others on the campus. So at 5:59 p.m., Officer Floyd East Jr. conducted a welfare check with his partner.
Touchdown Police Department, we're keying in.
Inside, Hollis was nowhere to be seen, but the officers did manage to wake up his roommate, whom they were able to question about Hollis's whereabouts.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your name?
Andy.
Andy? Is that who we're looking for? No, we're looking for Hollis.
I just woke up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What do you know about your partner that lives in this room down here?
My ass a little bit scared as shit.
Hollis? I don't know a whole lot about him. Hang out with these guys a whole lot.
Okay.
Despite the lack of information, though, it wouldn't take long for the
Why is
cops
he
to
your
find
roommate
something
then?
extremely unnerving that confirms their suspicions.
There's a gun right here. Revolver.
Unfortunately for the cops, this isn't the weapon that they're looking for. It's actually just a CO2 gun, and the cops eventually end up coming dry on any real firearms or evidence that one has been discharged here. However, they don't stop on their search, and they instead happen on something that worries them even more.
Probably is some drugs and
Some
paraphernalia, but
drugs?
we can't tell from plain view, so
Shoulda
we'll just
known,
go ahead
bro.
and seize all.
Probably some
that.
cocaine
And I
and
don't know
shit.
what those pills are, but there's another in there. And
Xanax.
when I was looking inside this box, it looks like there's a little bag with some marijuana, maybe.
The cops found small amounts of marijuana and a larger quantity of Xanax concealed in a bottle that was supposed to be for antibiotics. According to his friends, Hollis had recently developed an addiction for Xanax and was illegally
Hey, bro,
obtaining
Xanax
it
can be
alongside
hella
smoking
addictive,
weed
bro.
to supposedly treat his anxiety. If that was indeed the case, imagine
I
how
done seen
nervous
so
he must
many
have
people
felt
get
when he
addicted to
returned home
Xanax.
at 6:29 p.m. to see 4 police officers searching his dorm.
Hang on, what's your name, bud?
Come here, buddy. What's up? What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not.
We've already
Nigga
talked to
said
the other three
Andreas.
roommates. We know what
Hey,
they look
bruh.
like.
Yeah.
That was a good try, though.
That nigga tried his
Hey,
ass
hey,
off
hey.
on that.
Stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
This is the first of 2 searches that will be conducted on Hollis, marking the
Hold up.
This is the first of
Hey,
2
bro, that hand placement with him bending over like that look a little out of the ordinary, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, watch that hand placement.
searches that will be conducted on
That
Hollis,
shit looks
marking
crazy.
the most pivotal points in this case. From this point onwards, he's never let out of the officer's sight, and he never retrieves a gun from anywhere. It would later come to light that at this very moment, he had a loaded .45 caliber pistol concealed in his waistband. A search should
Damn.
confirm that, but watch what happens when they start to pat him down.
Spread your feet out a little for me.
What happened?
What's all in this pocket?
Money?
Money? Yeah, I can take it out.
Yeah.
Is it okay to just empty out all your pockets while we're doing this?
Do you have?
Don't move your hands.
Said, do you have to? Is that necessary?
I'm asking you a
That
question.
should be the instance right there, bro. That something is up, bro. Thompson, do you have to? Yes, nigga, it's their job.
Okay.
Somehow,
What he
I'm
say?
asking you a question.
No, I don't.
No, I don't consent to that. You have no choice, nigga.
Okay.
You have no choice.
somehow,
For that.
the officers don't find the gun that'll be used to shoot one of these officers in just 1 hour from now. But the cops are clearly still suspicious.
Bro, are
He
these
gave
are
a
these
fake
runner
name
cops or
and
some shit? Like, bro, y'all rookies? Y'all ain't doing y'all pat downs right, bro.
seems extremely nervous while being searched, tentatively asking to avoid searching in certain places.
So what's going on with all the stuff in your room?
No Diddy shit. I would have asked that nigga to take his pants off. Pause. Don't clip that. Don't clip that shit. I would told that nigga to take his pants off, bro. Pause. Cause I ain't trusting that nigga.
So you don't have a prescription for Xanax? Because that's a lot of for one person.
While he's not in
He
cuffs,
said he
Hollis
was addicted
seems
to it,
remarkably calm. So while he's relaxed, they ask him a couple questions about the weapons before they throw him in cuffs.
I have. I do have a pellet gun, but it's not loaded.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Hell it good.
Well,
What do you use the CO2 gun for?
honestly, I haven't even loaded it down here. Back home, we used to just shoot squirrels and stuff. I thought it'd be kind
Shooting
of fun.
squirrels? Not my nigga jumping.
Squirrels here, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Then we also got a report of the gunshot.
Here, for
There was no gunshot in here.
That's what we're told.
By who?
Somebody that heard it.
So yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I didn't. No, yeah, I didn't. I wasn't even here last night. I was over at my buddy 28th Street. What time did the shot go off? Because if you
I don't know.
look up the police reports from Officer what's his name, It was
You
definitely
talking
up.
too much, gang. You talking too much. That's how you could. That's how you could tell that nigga nervous. He talking way too much, bro. If you was innocent, you wouldn't be talking that much. Come on now,
So
gang.
Duckworth, we went through this whole thing.
Did he write you a ticket or
He
anything?
didn't write me a ticket. He let me go because the whole situation was they thought that I stole their gun, and so then they went and searched my car. You can look and I see you can look at his what time he pulled me over, and I bet that whatever time the gunshot was reported won't actually because that wasn't.
It was,
When the cops checked the reports, it turned out he was telling the truth, and the body cam from last night's traffic stop backs this story up. At this point, the cops could start to connect the dots. A kid accused of stealing a gun is now being accused of shooting it at university. It could definitely be assumed that something's gone overlooked. Either way, Hollis has been found in possession of multiple illegal drugs, so the
That's a
cops
case right
finally
there,
decide
gang.
to arrest him.
What's the bond and stuff, you know?
I don't know. We'll have to. It all depends on the weight and how much of the pills there are to kind of determine the.
That nigga
The cops
fried.
then start a second pat down, one that Hollis remembers vividly. He says he felt the officer check just millimeters away from the weapon, but somehow never finding it. Hollis was then escorted from his dorm into a squad car, where Officer Floyd tragically missed another opportunity to stop what happened to him in just 50 minutes. As Hollis sits down in the patrol car, Officer Floyd hears a strange noise.
I'll be transmitting 1-1 mail. What was that big thump? Oh, my handcuffs.
That noise
Bro, these cops, these got to be mall cops, bro. There's no way. If that's me, if I'm the cop, I would have still checked anyway, bro. You think I'm gonna believe this nigga? Fuck no. I'm going back there to check what the fuck fell, and all of that shit would have been prevented.
wasn't his handcuffs at all.
Nigga
It was
talking about his
actually the
handcuffs.
sound of his
Get the
gun
fuck outta here.
falling down the leg of his pants and hitting the floor.
So
as
wait.
well as lying through his teeth, he was even able to reach down and fully conceal the
Yeah,
gun
how the fuck
back
he
in
do
his
that when it's-
pants before finishing his journey.
This
to the
nigga in
Texas
handcuffs,
Tech
how the hell
PD.
he pick
When
up
they
the gun?
arrived, a 30-minute countdown full of tragic and negligent mistakes would begin to take place. At 12 minutes past 7, one of the officers says that if Hollis continues to cooperate, they'll remove his handcuffs.
If you cooperate with me, we'll go ahead and pull these cuffs off.
Big mistake.
And 2 minutes later, at 14 minutes past, the officers make good on their promise and take his handcuffs off. 90 seconds later, Hollis and Officer Floyd enter a room to run through some paperwork and are left alone. There is no footage of another search taking place before or after they entered this room together. At
RP my nigga
7:44
Officer
p.m.,
Floyd, man.
Hollis asks Officer Floyd 3 questions.
You have a family at home?
Yep. And the kids.
Pretty old?
It's unclear why he chose to ask these questions. Make him look like a complete and total psychopath. Like he wanted him to know the damage that he was about to cause and the lives that he was about to ruin.
Oh my
4 seconds pass before he reaches into his sock and takes a deep breath. The shot echoed through the station, alerting officers nearby. By the time they arrived,
R.I.P. Officer Floyd,
was already
man.
dead, and Hollis was nowhere to be seen.
Look at this
Assuming
goofy-ass
Floyd's
nigga.
body cam to be the only camera in the room, he grabbed it and fled, with no idea that the entire incident
Nigga look like
had been
King Dick.
recorded on this hidden surveillance
Like you're
camera.
supposed to be playing football,
Despite
gang.
the
Fuck
suspect
you doing
being
shooting
gone,
officers?
cops knew there could only be one suspect, and they immediately placed the campus on lockdown and began a 2-hour-long manhunt for an armed teen killer.
658. The PD is not secure.
Officers don't get
Got an
paid
officer
nearly
down. He shot
as
in our briefing
enough,
room. We
bro.
don't know where the suspect
Nearly
went.
enough.
He's about a 19-year-old white male. Skinny,
EMS and teacher.
blue jeans.
Real shit.
Believe a light-colored T-shirt. He had mud on his jeans from the knees down.
Blue jeans and a white t-shirt.
Yeah, and he's
Blood on
got
his
facial hair.
Can you relay the information one more time
Yeah.
to our sergeant so we can get all the perimeter units clear on what we're looking for?
What's his last name?
Daniels. Daniel's last name, first name Hollis.
After securing the area, detailing a full and proper description of Hollis, and searching the campus for a total of 90 minutes, Hollis was eventually found and apprehended without further injury.
Nigga got caught a little bit over an hour later, bro. Stupid.
Was finally caught,
That
he said
nigga is
cold-bloodedly that he was, quote, the one that shot their friend.
Well,
He was
duh.
found carrying Floyd's body cam and a loaded .45 caliber pistol. At every turn, Hollis got as lucky as he possibly could have, while
That
Floyd
is
got the
crazy,
opposite.
bro.
After being caught, Hollis also told the officers that he'd done something f***ed up and illogical, implying that he had some remorse for what happened. However, a phone call to his family recorded at 11:14 that night
Nigga, put
showed
some
that the
shoes on. I know that room probably smell like corn chips right now. What the fuck?
only thing he regretted
feet away,
was
nigga.
being caught.
I'm getting on the phone with a criminal defense attorney. I would really advise you not to
Probably smell like gorilla balls in that bitch.
Yeah, Nicole, I haven't been saying anything. I haven't been saying anything really. But there's pretty solid proof against me, and it's the problem.
I know that, Reed.
Bro, imagine your kid call you telling him he killed somebody, a cop at that. That nigga going away for a very long time.
I supported someone who was
On top of the Xanax that he got.
assault me. You know me. I'm not gonna say anything that would jeopardize that.
I'm just saying, I love you, and you'll get through this.
Yeah, it's my dumb fault that I shouldn't have done this anyway. I'm stupid.
Hollis's demeanor in this call is frankly terrifying. It's almost as if he's talking to his family about the drug charge and not the first-degree murder charge. And the biggest issue on his mind seems to
stop
be
picking
being
his
kicked out of
toes?
school.
This may be a little more.
Wait, what'd he say?
Mind seems to be being kicked out of school.
This may be a little
That's
more
cool.
extreme. I think that they're probably going to kick me out of Texas Tech High School, and I think that
That's the least of your worries right now, gang.
After this call, he was taken by police to an interrogation room,
The fuck he
where
got
it
on his
seems
face?
the reality of the situation finally hits him.
Well, you guys know the whole story. What do you think is the most likely possible outcome?
Well, I don't know the whole story.
I f***ed up.
Well, hold on.
I'm just.
I know it's
I
a
should.
bad situation. I got it. Okay.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life, dropping out of college.
You know what? We got to figure this out first, okay?
Yes, sir.
Rightly, Hollis isn't even trying to defend himself. He knows he's done something horrifying and is going to pay the price for it. But the detectives are still plagued with the question of why on earth he did what he did. So they ask him to recount the moment where he took Floyd's life.
So I got back to my dorm. And there was already police officers in there. They busted me for and marijuana, and they took me back to the station, and I just, in my head, I thought, I can't have this third strike against me. This is gonna be it. You know what I mean? Not thinking logically, and so I did something very illogical, and regret it deeply, and I don't know ever how I'll ever make up for it. Okay, does that kind of cover what you're asking?
Hollis seems to be seeking approval from the detectives. It genuinely does seem as though he feels guilty for what he did, as he's putting himself down and asking the detective if what he said is enough.
I was taken back to the police station, and something just clicked in my head, and I said, I can't do this. I can't go back like this. But then I made a worse decision to go back and do something that I thought I could. I'm just ready to go to jail, call my parents. I really would like to call my parents because they're worried sick about me because I saw it on the news.
He's stuttering, repeating himself, and all he wants to do is call his parents. Hollis is starting to shut down, overwhelmed with shame, regret, and guilt. The longer this conversation goes on for, the more you have to wonder what compelled him to take that officer's life in the way that he did. And you've got to imagine his parents are thinking the very same thing.
Hello, this is Dan.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Reed.
Reed, honey. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm very safe. I'm with some very nice people right now, and I'm in trouble and I messed up badly.
Oh, Reed, honey, I love you so. I don't even. We will be there tonight around 11. I'm shaking all over. I can't drive right now. I can't drive right now, but I want to come see you. I want to come see you. What happened? I mean, why would you do something like that? You don't know?
I do know it, and it doesn't make sense, and I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family. I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family again.
God, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's not you. It's my fault. You did nothing wrong.
At least you taking accountability for it.
And I think they're
you know
going to put me away for a little while.
But
and
damn, this whole situation is fucked.
I'll talk to you when I get there. I love you. Okay.
Yes, sir. I love you, Dad. 25 to life. Plus more because of other stuff. I mean, look.
Nigga, just go ahead and take that 25 off, bro, and just take the life, because you're never seeing the light of day again. You killed an officer inside of the police station. You're gone, buddy. You're gone. It's over with.
Just give me jail time, and then
it's over with, nigga.
Cool.
19 years old, already throwing his life away.
Not your problem.
Tough.
It's just gonna change how I have to go about what I'm gonna do.
All of that's up to the district attorney's office. Okay.
And of course, the district attorney's office is gonna give me 25 to life.
So yeah.
Okay.
You have anything else you want to say?
I guess not.
But Hollis's motive for all of this, though, would be the biggest mystery of all. Some say it was influenced by his addiction. Some say that he had undiagnosed mental problems.
Here we go. Niggas always blaming shit on mental health. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Mental health doesn't mean you just shoot an officer for no reason. Like, bro, I'm getting tired of niggas blaming mental health on stupid shit. Like, come on, gang.
Combination of the two.
Like, mental health is real,
it's all
but like,
speculation.
nigga,
and we can only
come on,
turn
we can't
to
keep
what he
blaming
said
that
in
for
court.
everything.
It doesn't make sense. I thought I was stuck. I thought it was all over. I thought this was an opportunity to go out, to commit suicide. There was no rational line of thought that I had. He also told the court that he wanted to go out with a bang, and that he asked Floyd about his family because he wanted them to be the last thing that he thought about. It seems as though Hollis panicked.
Nigga, that has gotta be the craziest shit ever.
Consequences of the drug charges, and was influenced by drugs, mental issues, or something else to take the absolute worst route possible. After dodging 3 separate searches and almost being caught multiple times, he might have even thought that this was meant to be. He turned a simple possession of narcotics charge into a first-degree murder charge, and now he's facing the death sentence.
Damn!
When asked why the jury should spare him, he said, "I think it's totally fair to say life for life, but then on the other hand, I think about my family, and the truth is, I'm biased in my own favor. I don't want to die. Not anymore." After deliberating for 3 days, a jury eventually concluded that Hollis should serve life in prison without the possibility of parole.
That nigga fucked. Oh my gosh, bro. That is crazy, nigga. I mean, shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like, even though he shouldn't see the light of day ever again, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be able to open his eyes because the officer, you know what I'm saying, not able to open his eyes. But I feel like, on the other hand, he should suffer. You know what I'm saying? He should suffer, spend the rest of his life in jail. And, you know what I'm saying? Become somebody else's bitch, bro. Because he definitely gonna be washing somebody underwear in jail. 100%. But, hey, man. Shit, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know what other crime videos I'm to react to. Without further ado, I'm out.